Hi, this is Dave from Split. I recently had a chat with Mel DeSoiza and Nathan Wickman from TVNZ's OnDemand about what it's like to move from a manual experimentation practice to using Split's experimentation platform. Mel and Nathan work on the streaming video app for TV New Zealand's 2 million daily viewers. Let's hear what they had to say.
Historically, we've always done experimentation with TVNZ OnDemand, but the way that we did it was quite sort of manual. The primary reason that we were looking at a platform was wanting to really speed up our ability to experiment, take out a lot of the manual work associated with it, and let us kind of really scale from doing one experiment every month or every few weeks to get to the point where we could be running experiments all the time and running multiple experiments and just trying to speed up that whole cycle of being able to test new things and then get that feedback quickly. Everyone's just been so impressed with Split since we brought it in, just how quickly we've been able to now do our experimentation, get our results. There's been a lot of excitement around using it to kind of test our new features. So it's been, I think, the people that kind of work directly with the product, everyone's really on board with it, and it's been seen as a great success.
Product, and we've added a whole bunch of cool stuff that we're really proud of, and we were just talking about it before. Like, we've just done so much with the product that I think a year ago was a lot harder to do. We're stoked,
And we've been able to measure the impacts and show that, the ideas that we've worked on have actually produced tangible business results. So that's, it's been, really useful for us. There were quite a few things that were in the platform that had lived there for years that people would kind of question the value of. They had been introduced, new features introduced years ago. And there was always a fear of removing these things. And so having an experimentation platform allowed us to actually revisit those things and get people around the business who may have been invested in those ideas or part of those ideas, get them on board with the idea of actually, we're not sure about this, but what we can do is we can take it up and we can test it. And if it does have the impact that we think it is, then we'll pick that up. I think internally we have had great buy-in in experimentation. It hasn't been something that we've had to convince people on. I think we just have had to go through the sort of organizational hoops around budgeting and securing funding, but all the key people that kind of work on the product itself have all been, really on board with being able to do it. We've gone from running one, experiment maybe every month or every couple of months to being able to, at points, we just actually had too many experiments to run, because we were just moving so quickly now. That became a bigger problem, was like, okay, how do we actually sequence and manage all of these experiments that we've got going on? So we've been able to move a lot quicker. And then if you look like post-experiment, that's normally when we were doing the analysis previously. So you would run your experiment for 2 weeks, and then, your analyst would then spend between a few days and a few weeks, depending on how much work they've got on their plate, to actually analyze the results and come back with some insights, right? Whereas with Split now, it's that straight away. So you can make the call once your experiment window is done. You can be like, let's roll this out, or let's roll this back. So you can move a lot faster.